So what that's talking about is right here. You have the micro SD card slot on the left, and on the right you have a setup button. You hold this.
Ready to connect.
All right, it's ready to connect. On the left, we have the Wyze Cam version 2, and on the right, we have the new Wyze Cam version 3. Now, I will say, I checked the length of the cable. They are exactly the same. So if you watch my unboxing video where I thought the new cable was a little longer, it's not. It's exactly the same as the old one. The only difference I could really find, this is an old cable. It seems kind of square. This came with the version 2. And this one's also square, but just the feeling of this cable's different. It's got like a rubbery texture compared to the old one. But I don't think anybody will really care about that. So this video here, we're going to do the setup of this device. You know, from a, wow, there's actually a W there for Wyze near the speaker. Just like my other video, this is just going to be a setup video, not a comparison or anything. I am going to make a comparison video in a couple of days. This is going to be the setup, though, of the Wyze Cam version 3. So let's get into it. Now, as I mentioned before, the version 3 comes with this little attached cable here, which is where you're easily able to, this side of your USB cable, and just plug it in. Once it's plugged in, it did have a nice little snap. It's pretty snug in there. And this rubber goes over it a good bit, so I don't think you got to really worry about water getting in here and kind of damaging it. But I think this is a pretty nice fit. Now, we just got to plug it up. Trusty power brick. USB cable from the Wyze Cam version 3 to the power brick, and then the power brick into the wall. Got a little... Let me get rid of this one, the old one. Got a little red indicator there. It looks kind of orange on my phone, but I promise you it's red. And now I'm going to go grab my stand so we can show you what you do in the app. And as the instructions say, a red flashing light means that it's ready to connect. So let's get into the Wyze app. And there we go. We're all up to date. So now that this update's installed on my phone, if you can for me, click the like button, click subscribe, and check out Indulge Clothing for the merch. All right, so let's go into our Wyze app. You can download this on the Google Play Store or on the Apple Store. Click this top left button to add a device, and then we'll select add a device. Then it asks us, what do we want to add? Wyze Cam version 3. Plug your cam into the power outlet and wait for the flashing light, which we've already did. Pull the base away from your version 3, press the setup under your camera, and then you'll hear ready to connect. So what that's talking about is right here. You have the micro SD card slot on the left, and on the right you have a setup button. You hold this.
Ready to connect.
All right, it's ready to connect. So I heard ready to connect. Next, allow my location, sure.
Ready to connect.
There's my wireless network. Let me enter in the password. Slightly different setup process. Scan the QR code below your cam. Scan the QR code below with your cam. So we'll take our cam and face it at the phone.
QR code scanned. Please wait.
There we go. And I heard QR code scanned. Next. Connecting. This could take a minute. See the light switch to blue.
Setup completed.
All right, there we go. So name the device. We're going to call this upstairs hallway because that's where we're planning to put this device, I believe. All right, finish. And now it's telling me all about Cam Plus. Right on. You just unlocked some sweet new premium features for the next 2 weeks. Before you jump into using your Wyze Cam, you should understand what you're... I didn't want Cam Plus, but it looks like it gave it to me anyway. And I'll worry about sharing later. So there we go. And now you can see my setup there in the camera. So we'll run this firmware upgrade and your camera's set up. It's still doing its thing here. I'd have to say, I think that will do it for this video. Once you've went through these steps, it's up to you on where you want to put the device. If you want to use the double-sided sticky tape, you can peel one side of the tape, stick it onto the included little metal circle here that they give you. Used to they said Wyze, now they don't. You stick one side onto this though, of course, like so, and then you can stick this to your wall. As you can see though, there's a hole. You can also use a hole to screw this to your wall. And once this metal plate is on your wall, it's very, very easy to take your camera, and then to mount your camera, you literally bam, and then your camera would be mounted at wherever you put it at. And yes, they include you the screws and anchors and everything that you'd need. You can also, of course, use one of those screws and just put it on the wall and then literally hang this on the screw. So it would kind of point, you know, it would kind of point like so if you did it that way, and then you don't got to use that little magnet. And that's really it. $20. You get an amazing crystal clear quality home security camera. I really like the wireless ones because I don't have to deal with running a cable, but I will personally say for me, whenever we move from this house and we buy something, I'll probably buy like 4 or 5 of these wired ones and deal with running power and extension cords in my attic so that I could have these on like each corner of my house, and then they'd be wired to a battery backup, because that's the only negative of these is there's no battery. So when the power goes out, you don't have your cameras, but if you run them to a battery backup, then you'd still have your camera. Of course, the Wyze Cam Outdoor has the battery included, so don't matter where your power is, you'll still get your events recorded. I think that will do it for this video though. Make sure you click that like button for me, click subscribe beneath, check out indulgeclothing.com for our merch, and I will see you in the next video. Deuces. This rap is pretty sick. Straight out of quarantine, trap music, same hustle, new money. Outcast. Oh no, I like this, it looks cool.